Tonight, officials on both sides of the Carolinas are stepping up their fight to protect the most vulnerable among us. We're talking about children here. As CMPD highlights its efforts to tackle child abuse, South Carolina leaders are also working to combat a disturbing new threat. This is happening behind a computer screen. WCNC Charlotte's Tradisha Woodard explains.
I spoke with South Carolina's Attorney General, who says a new trend shows groups aren't just talking to kids online, they're also manipulating them to post some disturbing content and in some cases harm themselves. Behind every click, there's a potential danger that most parents can't even see.
We're one of those families that thought we were immune to it, but nobody's immune to this, trust me.
Derek Heath knows firsthand the power of a predator behind a screen after his daughter went missing for days.
She ended up almost 800 miles away to a city we never heard of.
It's why South Carolina Attorney General Alan Wilson is sending an alert for parents and schools, especially now that there's a new trend targeting kids online.
They're getting a young person to sit in front of a camera on their computer and do things like cut themselves or abuse an animal or kill an animal or engage in some type of inappropriate conduct. And then they use that film to extort that young person to continue doing more.
Wilson says it's an issue that's continuing to grow in South Carolina, with many folks behind these types of crimes being teenagers themselves.
It is 14 and 15-year-olds.
He says they're specifically targeting kids in marginalized communities.
You might have LGBT kids. You might have kids with mood disorders, kids who are already kind of isolated from society.
Over on the North Carolina side, a similar fight is unfolding, with CMPD taking a closer look at what's happening in the shadows of communities, not the internet.
Sexual abuse is a crime that thrives in secrecy.
They say 70% of child abuse cases go unreported, and they're encouraging more survivors to come forward with their new Break the Silence campaign.
Our job is to make this topic as comfortable to talk about as other bad things that happen to children, like bullying and cancer and violence.
And officials on both sides of the Carolinas echoing the importance of keeping a close eye on your kids. They say that means not only knowing where they are, but also what they're doing and who they're with. Reporting in Fort Mill, Tradisha Woodard, WCNC Charlotte.